headlines. We begin with those on the Nation newspaper, and there's quite a few of them here that would catch your interest. I'll start with the lead headline, which says Tinubu to Fubara comply fully with Supreme Court verdict. That's a headline on the Nation. The Senate urges INEC to fill 2 red chamber, 1 House of Reps vacant seat. All of those you would see on the Nation newspaper. If you quickly go to the Vanguard headlines here as well, this one says anger as herdsmen, bandits kill 42 in Benue, Nasarawa, Ondo. Rivers, Council Fubara, Tinubu tells Niger Delta leaders. And then this one says court rules March 17 on alleged forceful retirement of over 400 police officers. All of those headlines you would find also on the Vanguard newspaper. NIMET warns 19 states of impending heat stress. So the heat might get worse. That's what NIMET is saying. It's already bad. It just might get worse. So prepare yourselves. This one says speakership tussle, why Obasa should resign. Lagos indigents. Church, other buildings, cars destroyed in Lagos tanker explosion. You'd find details of all of those on the Vanguard newspaper. 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0002. Those are the numbers you can call to join the conversation. Again, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0002. On Facebook, we are streaming live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So you can join the conversation online this morning. You can watch and listen to us from anywhere you are in the world at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the Facebook handle. Like the page. Don't forget, share the video. And your comments, please keep them very short and precise. I'll start with what you're saying on Facebook. We have several coming in. Umar from Owerri says, petrol subsidies, the only dividends of democracy Nigerians are benefiting from this government. Its removal has diminished life out of Nigerians, she says. Of what use is it that more money accrued to government and the masses are suffering? Obina. Christian Williams says, I commend police for arresting some of these kidnappers who have been committing crime in Echie. Lorenzo Delight says, that moved really fast. Winter says, most of the cows controlled by herders belong to some government officials who acquire sophisticated weapons for them. Winter says, I got that already. Anunobi says, Supreme Court clears EFCC to probe Bodily administration. Those that live in glass house shouldn't throw stones. This is an indication that any other ex-governor can also be probed, if not today, but tomorrow. I was telling somebody that online, because somebody, you know how the politics of people in Rivers State are. Say, some people now saying because the former governor Odili had an issue with or disagreement politically with the FCT minister. It is the FCT minister that have now gone to make sure that this blah blah blah. You know how people are, and then they were on Facebook hailing the FCT minister. You see, don't joke with Wike. I'm like, why are you people drag a man that might nothing concern him when you just find a way to make of these things? This thing was put there during the Odili administration, and it covers not just him, but subsequent government. So if it's been removed now, it means that every other person should be or can be investigated by the EFCC. Besides, the EFCC have been in court trying to get judgment for that for a long time. It did not start now. For a long time, they've been trying to. Even under the Wike administration, they were trying to. The Amisha administration, they've been trying for a long while. So people should not try to create what is not when it's not supposed to. Akanto Asogo says, good morning. Now it's explicit and clear that Tinubu and Wike infiltrated Supreme Court just what for 2027 structure. That I don't know. As the governor has built judges' quarters for judges, the governor should also build teachers' quarters for teachers. So without teachers, there won't be judges. Thank God ability. Teachers' quarters, I think they usually build teachers' quarters in some of the schools that they build across the state. I don't think there's a central teachers' quarters where all the teachers have to come stay. Although that might be a great idea. But I know that in some of the schools, as they build the school, they build quarters for teachers in some of the schools. We pray for the right thing to be done. Christ chosen, sent in that one. Jeff Etibekwe says, I think the EFCC probe won't stop at Odili's tenure. The past administrations also need to be probed. Watching from Alu, this one says, Governor Fubara said he will implement Supreme Court verdict. This is a nice one. Martin Amewule should. I didn't get that part. In gifting stream says, even before the president's admonition, the governor had already agreed to implement the judgment. Hence, his admonition is inconsequential. I commend police for arresting those people giving Rivers State bad name. Okay, this is from Patrick Amadi. Gifting stream says, okay, we've had that before. Jonathan Ayanwu, executive and legislative should work together to move the state forward. Yeah, that's what everybody is asking for. Lorenzo Delight, okay, let's see if we can get your message now. President Tinubu has done his best to restore peace to the state, but advisors to the governor continue to mislead him. Those 5 kidnappers arrested don't deserve to live. Well, let them go to court, and after that, they'll go through the process. If they are found guilty, then what should happen would happen depending on what the court deems fit as punishment following the Constitution. Raymond Ezealiko says, you can see that names of those arrested by anti-kidnapping units are all strangers. Landlords should please extract proper information from their clients before renting out any apartment. Right? Ezealiko, as much as I agree with you, don't think that only strangers kidnap. There are people that live and are from this state that also kidnap. They just might not have caught those ones yet. There's no tribe, color, state, place for where, these are the kidnapping people. There's nothing like that. Any man is capable of evil. All right. Unfortunately, these ones might not be from where you're from. Doesn't mean that there aren't people who are from there that also are capable of perpetrating evil. It's a human being thing. It's not a place or where you are from thing. All right. Let's go to the phone lines now quickly. JJ from Rumigbo. Good morning.
Morning.
Let's hear you.
Andrew, we know that it takes two to tango. Before this crisis got to this stage, that the Rivers crisis, the president intervened. And if you look at that his part, it was one-sided. The judgment came on Friday, the 28th of February, and by Sunday, the governor made a state broadcast promise to implement everything. I don't think the governor needs the presidential advice again, because even as at yesterday before the meeting held, they also emphasized that everything will be implemented. But the president has refused to talk on the man with him, who is also part of the crisis. And at the end of the day, I think it's not a good taste in the mouth. But the governor has said, I will implement everything. Then William Wobodo urging Enebeli, Justice Enebeli, to go straight and meet with the assembly. Meanwhile, he knows too well that the case is already in court. Like the other lawyer said, I think they should maintain status quo. So for me, I think Wobodo is doing this in bad faith, and it's hasty generalization.
Thank you, JJ. Let's go to Yenegua Gift. Good morning.
Good morning, Ifemi Andrew. Let me talk about the visit of Pan Niger Delta. I can assure you and tell you authoritatively, because Bolade Egali, the former secretary and the ambassador, I listened to him on Arise before that visit, like a week to that time, when he said the Supreme Court judgment that it is difficult to implement because why? The monies that will come to Rivers State will not come again and people will suffer and all the rest. It was because of the governor, and the governor is in the know. So there's nothing like trying to play games here. The governor is the one who even asked those people to go and plead with Mr. President, because he told them, listen to him carefully, he said, yesterday I told the governor, I reminded him again, listen to that, I have it here with me. The president repeated it. So the governor is the one that has been looking for soft landing. At the end of the day, the president told those delegates that you people, some of you here, are the ones who were jeering, who even instigated this very governor who agreed willingly without anybody forcing him to sign the 8-point agenda or resolution. And today, look at what has happened. And we are here still grandstanding, trying to play smart one on people. See,
all right, Gift.
You don't need to beg, I'm coming. You gave time, please. Don't be
Gift,
rushing
but your point has been made. We have to move on. Not we give time.
You contributing. You don't want to allow me to stop.
Gift, you've made your point. You have to move on. You don't. We have to move on. We're already running out of time. There's nothing unfair about it. What's I don't know why we are like this. You've made your point. You said what you want to say. You're repeating yourself now. But we need to move on. There are other people waiting, and we don't have time. It's just simple understanding. It's unfair about it. All right, Mile 3, good news on the line. Quickly, good news. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, go on.
Thank you. Very confident from where Gift was saying. For concerning to President Tinubu. I think
good news, please speak up, right? We can't hear you clearly.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I blame all this on the president. I think, from what I'm seeing, I think the president is the one doing this thing, not even the Minister of FCT. Because he called for settlement. 8-point agenda. One of them, everybody go and withdraw from the court. The governor, not minding that he is a defender in the court. Instead of the applicants to first of all withdrew, he went to withdraw first. And up to today, the president never called the people. Look, the governor of withdrawn as a defender, and you applied. You never withdrew your own case. And they're still blaming the governor because he has listened to you. Okay, today the Supreme Court has given orders in line with this, almost all what we said in the 8-point agenda. He has come to agree that he will implement it. Now, come to talk to pay their remuneration. How can he pay Martins and Co? When the CBN has closed the federal location, not to come in. So how will he get money to pay them? How does he want to implement that? These are things we should understand. Again, Tinubu asking the pandemic that to talk to governor. She's saying, are you not seeing that he is the one? Just even when the governor is still loyal, I think Mr. President is not fair to Rivers State.
All right, good news. Thank you very much. Let's go to Buguma now. George on the line. George, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
You're welcome.
You see, as it stands now, to me, I don't want all this back and forth. All the mistake of the past, like the Rasta man will say, bygone is bygone. I want to say that we should put them behind. And you can look at the governor. He's very strict. He said he's not looking at, like I said, in my local palace, they said when the mother hen brushes his foot to the back, it doesn't look back anymore. It goes ahead with the children to make sure that he can still fend more and to see how they can feed well. See, the governor, in his word, is not even looking at the lapses, the mistake, and all of that. He is saying that as it stands now, he's ready to implement to the fullest that there is no price that is bigger to pay for peace to reign. That the money that has been invested for this crisis alone, the destruction and everything put together, count them, you can see how much that has been wasted. That we should not continue in the path of waste. That it is time for the state to move forward. You see, I am not calling and we never call any radio house to begin to embark or engage in political waste of a crisis anymore, because I am standing now with the governor.
All right, George. Thank you very much, George.
Thank you.
Point noted. Cookie Gam in Rumolumeni, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. No.
You're welcome.
Andrew, Governor Manu Akubara said that he will implement that Supreme Court judgment to the letter. Underline that word, to the letter. He will implement it A to Z about the implementation report. There's no price to pay to govern Rivers State. So, and what a wonderful speech from the governor of Rivers State. Those his words are touching to the heart, that there's no price for me to pay in this decision. Andrew, I want you to know that the governor has called you, come, I want to work with you. Let us see where I can arrange for you to sit down. Andrew, that legislative quarter at Abaro was built at Governor Peter Odili when he was the governor. Andrew, there's no good place for them to sit down there to pass a law. Come, let us sit down together to look at a place for you to sit down, for you to present this bill to you, for you to pass. And is that a price for them to pay? Is that a big price for them to pay? Let these gentlemen come and sit down with the governors to prepare a place for them to present budget today. Because I will do it for the time they're going to see the president. It's a local development.
All right.
A place for where is an elder in a place. That village will live long.
Thank you, Cookie Gam. In Rumo Kuta, Chima is on the line. Thank you, Cookie Gam. Let's go to Chima quickly, please. Chima, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mr. Andrew, the governor running from post to post is not irrelevant to me. I have no pity for the governor. Because when the governor was pressing here that he will choose who to recognize as assembly member, he's then declaring position vacant. We spoke to him. Even when the president called him, he handled the matter with reproach. We are all here. And now in your obit and your news, he was now emphasizing the kind of money that's wasted for the past 16 months. Is it me that sent him? You see how he's approaching the money that we get to, that we installed in him to manage for us. Now, if we have given you a probate as people to manage our resources, is this the reason why you want to manage it without a profession fee? Now, the Supreme Court and the Appeal Court have now probated you, calling you a rascal in your executive governance. And now you're running from post to post. They've given a judgment. To me, I am not going to rest until the governor is accountable of all
right, Chima,
which I have suffered about. He should be impeached from that office.
Thank you, Chima. Thank you very much. Let's quickly look at some messages now on WhatsApp. There are a few of them already. Let's see. Okay. This one says, Blessed Ola from Alu. President Tinubu had meeting with Pandef and he made mention that people should obey the rule of law. But disobey of the rule of law came from three arms of government because of corruption that is embedded in the country. We'll take a commercial now. Good morning.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info.